Hi there, you okay?
Hiya, yeah, good
Hi.
morning. You're through to TIC Health.
Is that the Hive branch or the Harley Street one?
You're through to the switchboard. I can put you through to the Hive branch.
Yes, please, because I called you guys earlier and someone said that they're gonna call me back, but it's been 2 days now and I haven't received any call back.
Okay, what was your name?
Sharjil, Shar, Juliet Echo Lima.
Okay. And what was it regarding? Was it a scan or?
So it was regarding the report that was sent to me after the scan.
Okay. Right, just bear with me. Let me see if I can transfer you. Okay.
That's fine, thank you.
Thank you.
Hello, good morning. How can I help you?
Hi there, is this the Hive one?
Yes, it's a Hive.
Yes. I'm calling regarding the report that was sent to me after my MRI scan, and I've had the radiologist explain to me that he only what he could see at that time, and only what they want me to know, that he detected a lot of lymphs in my MRI, which was not mentioned in my report. And obviously, my when I spoke to the GP before getting the scan done from TIC, he you know, uh, we spoke and he said, both of my MRI scans done at TIC Health would be compared to each
Mm.
other. And because, uh, there's a big thing with the fabrication of my MRIs and everything going on where, I'm not receiving my true MRI reports, MRI scans and reports. So who would be best person to speak to investigate this further and, you know,
I can basically transfer you to my manager
yes, please, yeah.
and you can discuss it with him. Is that all right?
Yes, please, yeah.
Thank you. I'm sorry, I tried to transfer you, but it seems the line is engaged.
So what did you say? I can't hear you.
So I tried to transfer you to my manager, but the
Hmm.
line is engaged at the moment. Would you be kindly send us an email? Because I can redirect the email to my manager.
I spoke to someone the other day. I was supposed to receive
Mm,
a call back anyway. I don't know if that's mentioned on your system, but if you can get them to give me a call back so I can explain it to the
can I
radiologist
just
and everyone.
have your date of birth, please, first?
Yeah, sure. That's SH.
Date of birth?
Date of birth 17/17/01/99.
Yeah, yeah. And the name?
Shahjul Rahman.
And your, hold on, is the 20th Natal Road?
Correct.
It's for, okay, okay. I will ask him to call you back.
Perfect.
Is that
Thank you very
all
much.
right?
Will that be
For the
today
month?
or?
I will ask him to call you today
Got it.
if
Thank
it's
you.
urgent. Okay, thank you. Bye.
Bye. Hi there. You okay?
Hi, good morning. My name is Abdul. I'm the clinic manager here. How can I help?
Hi there. I spoke to the receptionist earlier
Hmm.
regarding the report that I received from TIC Health, and the GPs I spoke to earlier before getting the scan done. They said my both scans that are done at TIC Health for the abdomen and pelvis will be compared, and plus the radiologist I spoke to who done my scan both times, as soon as my last scan was done, he told me that he could see my scan very clearly and how he found, multiple limps in my scan. Only what he told me straight after, and like I said, only what they want me to know. And the report that was sent to me, it it mentions no limps visualized, which means that there's no enlarged or suspicious lymph nodes identified in key areas such as para, in general, in the pelvic or abdominal pelvis region.
Yeah.
So yeah, that the story didn't add up, and what, because I was told one thing straight after the scan, and there was no mention of it on the report. And with me in the condition I'm in, the report it's not right. And like I said, I'm struggling to walk. I'm in constant pain in my main organs. I've explained both my kidneys, my liver, and the surrounding organs are severely damaged because I've been a victim of poisoning and everything. So what can we do to investigate this further? Especially comparing both the reports and speaking to the radiologist that done my scan, and what you mentioned is not on the report that I received later on.
So are you talking about what it was, what the lady which you spoke on the phone and she wrote to the email to me, that you are mentioning something about the need of a biopsy, which was discussed with you with the doctor, but is not mentioned in the report?
No. So
is that your actual?
So the radiologist that that done my scan at TIC Health,
Yeah.
right? He suggested there's multiple limbs, and what he could see on his screen at that time, and he suggested a biopsy, knowing
Sorry. Who suggested the biopsy?
the guy at TIC Health,
Who is that? Sorry.
the radiologist that done my scan,
No, the radiographer. Our radiographer will never suggest.
radiographer.
Okay, our radiographer will never suggest further investigation or treatment. So basically, you have the pre-scanning consultation with one of our GPs, who would take some clinical indications for you and then advise you on the type of scan which you want to do. Following that, you will have the scan. The report is reported by the radiology team, and the radiology team again, they cannot give you in the report any further steps of any further investigation or any clinical view. They give you the clinical view of what they have seen in the MRI images, but they can never suggest a treatment in the report. This is against the law.
No, it was just a conversation me and him were having, and he explained how he could
Sorry,
see.
I mean, we can't prove anything on this term. We can't go with what conversation you had between you and the radiographer. The radiographers who can never give any clinical opinion about what is the follow-up treatment for you. And that's why you had a post-scanning consultation with the GP. Our GP will review the reports, and then he will discuss with you what's the next step to do. Like, for example, he would advise you to see a specialist regarding that affected area, or if he spotted any concerns in the report itself. So the GP as well, as I said one more time, he would review the report done by the radiology team, okay, and then he will advise you for what is the follow-up treatment. He's like any local GP. He's a private GP, so the radiographer can never tell you, or by looking at the images when he is doing the scan, and they will never. And we haven't had ever anybody reported to us that the radiographers, they advised them in any treatment or they gave a clinical opinion about what they say. Their duty is just to do the scan for you, send the report to the radiology team. Then that's why you have the post-scanning consultation with our GP to discuss the report.
I haven't had any after scan discussions with any GP, and what I'm saying is,
but that's the purpose of it.
Listen to me, because now the things are getting confused. You're not understanding me. So I had a conversation with the radiographer as soon as the scan was done, and he mentioned, what he could see on his screen with multiple limps and
No, sorry to
everything.
say that, but we cannot accept that, and you cannot have a conversation with the radiographer because the radiographers, they are not a doctor, they are not specialists. So I'm going to check with the radiographer, but I'm pretty sure that none of our radiographers, it never came to our attention ever, and they follow our protocol, they follow our policy, that they are not entitled to give any clinical opinion on what they have seen.
No,
This is
he didn't give me any clinical opinion. It's just what he could see at that time because, I explained to
even
him
that
how my
even
case.
that he cannot give you any ground of what is there without the radiology team has already viewed the images and issued the report. I mean, we cannot go into this line and into this discussion and to say that the radiographer has seen the images and after finishing the scan, he told you that probably it needs a biopsy or something. This is something which I'm going to investigate it from my end, and I'm going to ask the radiographer who did your scan to give me a full statement of what happened following the scan and what conversation was between you and him, and I'm going to investigate it because this is not allowed and this is not acceptable at all.
Please,
Of you are
please, yeah.
saying.
I want you to investigate it because, like I
So
said,
I need, yeah,
look,
I will get a statement from the radiographer about exactly what you are saying here. That what it looks for me here that you are mentioning here in this email that I mean in this the call which you had with our admin team that it was mentioned about a biopsy and why this wasn't mentioned in the report. And again, I say the radiographer are not the one who are responsible for reporting on the images. So the radiographers, they have the duty only for completing the scan, sending the images to the radiology team. There is a consultant radiologist who review these images, and accordingly, he would issue the radiology report. So I'm going to investigate this one from my end to find out exactly who gave you this one, because you
that's
are
fine.
entitled to post-scanning consultation with the doctor. Have you not booked one to discuss the report?
No, I haven't. I just received the report and that was it. And from my end, when I compared the report, when I had a detailed analysis of the report that was sent to me by through email, there was no mention of limps or any conditions with what I'm suffering with my organs. And yeah, there was literally, and
Okay.
this is where my case about the fabrication of my
I know,
medical
but
records, my MRIs and everything, where your systems are compromised to show you what you to fake my scans, and this is what you need to
I'm
investigate
sorry.
further.
I'm sorry, but it never came to our attention with the amount of scans we do every time that our systems are calibrated, our systems are serviced on a regular basis. It never came to our attention. We do scans for players from many clubs, from different clinics. It never came to our attention that our system is compromised and doesn't give what you are talking about. The fact that you mentioned something to the doctor, so this is the process or the protocol of having an MRI scan or a CT scan. The patient would disclose to the doctor what is his symptoms, what he's suffering from. The doctor, according to the information disclosed by you, he would recommend a type of scan, which, according to his medical opinion, is the suitable one for your condition. The scan is done. A radiology report is issued by the radiology team, by a consultant radiologist or radiologist, and then the doctor will review that report and discuss it with you. It is not necessary all the time of what you are feeling or what you have felt to show in the images. You know what I mean? I might feel that my leg is hurting me, and I say maybe I have a rupture in one of the ligaments. I can't confirm that one just by my feeling. I have to do the scan, and the doctor will examine me, and the doctor will discuss the report. He will review the report issued by the radiologist, and will discuss it with you further if needed further investigation for that. So what I've looked exactly at what the doctor has mentioned in his scanning consultation which he had with you, and the radiology team has reported on that scan according to the referral form, and this is the purpose of the referral form.
No, I completely understand your policies and procedures, and obviously, if I am making I'm making a complaint about how the reports that and the scans and the reports that have been sent to me are
We are
fabricated,
happy.
and this is why I want you to check and to see any loopholes or anything that has happened
Okay, what,
from your
what
end. And me,
well, to be
the
able to
radio,
be able
it was a kind of the
okay.
radiographer understanding my situation and everything, and what he could see at that time on his screen. He mentioned it to me,
No,
which
again,
is a
please,
lifesaver
please,
anyway, because
please,
when the real
please,
report, listen to me
no,
first.
please, you have to understand this point. As I said, again, and I have to mention this one because then it's serious issues here. If you want to keep repeating that the radiographer has advised you on any
No,
or
no,
give you any clinical.
he didn't advise me or gave me any clinical. It's just me and him were having a conversation, uh, after the scan, and he mentioned that he could see some abnormalities, and that was it. Um,
I have okay. I have to investigate that with the radiographer. I have to get a written statement from him of what conversation he had with you, to be able to follow up on this case like this. My advice to you is, as I said, you are one of our TIC member. If you are not satisfied and happy with the scan which was done for you with the
mhm,
report, as I said, the first thing which you have to do is to book a post-scanning consultation with one of our private GP. He would discuss the latest report for you. You raise with him what you have been suffering from and what you have found in the report, and if you feel that the report missing some satisfactory informations for you, then the doctor may request a further investigation on that, may request you to repeat the scan and to compare it with this one which you have done recently, and following that, you will again have another post-scanning consultation with the doctor to discuss both reports together and the comparison between them. This is, to be honest, this is my personal advice to you. If you, I mean, to give you the relief on this. But we cannot go with the route that the radiographer, following the scan, he spotted something he was discussing with you that conversation. This is not acceptable by us for the radiographer to do it, and I'm going to investigate it with him, and I'm going to get a statement from him of what was the nature of the conversation you had with him, and whether any opinion on the image it was given by him, because this is not acceptable
no, no,
from our side.
even for
That's
me, it's not acceptable because it's life or death, and for me explaining to you the you know the the things, the events that have happened to, because I'm getting one thing and then report is saying one thing, and for me it's trying to complicate things, confuse everyone, and I've
no.
tried to simplify it let me finish, and I've simplified it for you as much as possible, and whatever your team, what TIC Health think is best going forward, I'm happy with that. But for me, when the scans and the reports do not match, it is my right to report this to you, and you to take
Okay.
appropriate actions going
What I
forward
can
to
what I
resolve the
can
issue.
see here, looking at your appointment history with us, I could see that you had a scan before on the 18th of March. You had a scanning consultation on the 18th of March to request MRI scan for the abdomen. Yeah, and
Correct.
following that one, you had a post-scanning consultation with the doctor, and you already discussed that report. Now, with the new report which you are talking about, you had a scanning consultation with one of our doctor um, on the 3rd of the 6th, okay? And you had the scan for abdomen and pelvis on the 5th of the 5th, 6th. But I can't see that you booked any post-scanning consultation following these two reports to discuss it, like previous time you did. So previous time you had pre-scanning consultation, you had the scan, and a post-scanning consultation which you discussed with the doctor, with Dr. Mohammed, the findings of your report. But with the new scan now, you are claiming that you had this discussion with the radiographer following the end of the scan, but you haven't booked to discuss the report with the doctor,
I,
which
I,
was
I don't think you're understanding the situation here. So I received the report after a couple of days after getting the scan done, and
Yeah.
through email, and that was it. I didn't. Last time I received a phone call from TIC Health by itself, I didn't do anything after the report to discuss it further, and you know, this time I didn't receive any phone call to discuss this further, and with before getting the scan done, the GP I spoke to at TIC Health said, they're going to compare both of my reports, the one done in March, the one done now, and to see what the differences are and what they can see. And
Yes, this is my advice to you. As I said, it's better to book you with a post-scanning consultation because I can see that this is it never done. So it's better to book you a post-scanning consultation with one of our GP to compare both reports. It's better than just having a look at the report yourself and comparing it with what you have discussed as your personal discussion with the radiographer, which I'm going to investigate it now, and I'm going to speak to the radiographer
yes,
and
please,
get
yeah.
a written statement from him, what has been discussed between you and him following the scan. Okay? Would you like me to book you for a post-scanning consultation with one of our GPs next week so you can discuss the reports?
Listen, wherever you think is best going forward.
I think
But
this is the best solution for you
no,
now.
no, but
Because,
for me, I've told you about the fabrication of scans where your machine is being compromised to only show you what you need to see, and it is important, like, because it does not explain. It's not
well,
showing my
it's not. Sorry, it's
let
not
me
me to.
finish. Let me finish, and then you can continue. First, you have to understand the situation. What I'm saying as the guy doing the scan and everything, and it's very important because I explained this to the radiographer, and he was very kind of he understood my situation, and he done the scan best as possible from his end, and you know he had a conversation after the scan was done, and he revealed to me what he could see at that time, um,
But
limps he could
sorry,
see at that time. Yeah,
we
but
we are getting into the same loop again without reaching any results here because I'm trying to explain something which you don't seem to understand it.
no, no,
Excuse me to
I'm
say that.
understanding you, but it's
I'm
not. It's
saying
only
what I'm
complicating
saying.
things.
We can't keep saying that the radiographer have seen something. The radiographer cannot report on the images. He is not the one who can analyze these images and say what he finds. We have a radiology team who deals with that. They issued the report. Now you are claiming that our machines are compromised
Correct.
because we can't accept that until I get the doctor to review both reports from previous scan, and then the doctor will tell me, okay, I think there is an issue here. Maybe not the correct images were taken. Maybe it's missing some of the consequences. This is something which I cannot decide myself because I'm not a radiographer. The radiographer himself cannot decide that because he's not eligible to report on the images. There is a radiology team who deals with that, and also we need the doctor opinion to compare both reports, and the doctor he will have a say on this to say yes, indeed, one of the scan was incomplete or whatever it is. We cannot just judge it ourselves. That's what I'm saying. The best solution is to follow some steps now. First thing, book you for a scanning consultation, post-scanning consultation with our GP, as this is the normal protocol following any scan. Yeah. And secondly, the doctor will discuss it with you, and he will tell you, okay, I'm happy with this report, or I'm not happy with this report. I would request from the radiology team to re-report on it, or if the radiology team, they say, this is all what they can see according to the images sent to them, then the doctor will decide on repeating the scan. But we cannot just assume that our service is compromised just because you are claiming that the radiographer had told you something he saw on the images, and then because the report which is coming from our radiologist, which is a very trusted one, and I mean, rarely to find an issue of something incomplete. So I think this is the best step to do. So if you're happy with that, we book you for a post-scanning consultation with one of our GPs next week, And I believe the best thing to do it is to do it with Dr. Mohammed, who had the previous scan with you, and so rather than booking you with another doctor, he's the best one because the best one because he reviewed the first report, so he can compare both reports together.
I'm
Are you
I'm
happy with
happy.
that?
I'm happy with whatever decision you make going forward, following your policies and procedure. And I want you to understand me on what I'm saying. Obviously, these calls are recorded, so you can always go back and, you know, re-listen to it, what I said, so you can puzzle up the story. And obviously, when I say the systems were compromised, maybe that's something you haven't come across before, but it is true. And I want you to investigate this further to
Yeah.
get to the bottom of this. And obviously, you have branches, not just not just the Hive one. You have one at Harley Street. So, and you're part of the bigger ecosystem of things as it is. And I want you to, you know, get to the bottom of this. How everything has happened and compared both reports and everything, and then we can figure out how it happened and what the actual scans are or what the best way is going forward. For me, like I said, it's life or death, and the scans are not real. They're only what they want to show you. And I'll leave the rest to you and your team.
Okay. Are you available next week on the 1st of July?
Yes, you can send me the time and date on whatever.
What sort of time is more suitable for you? Would you like a morning one?
Let's do it in the afternoon, 12 p.m.
4 p.m. The doctor is
12 p.m.
unfortunately 12 p.m. Okay, let's have a look. On Tuesday, 12 p.m. is not possible with the doctor. He's fully booked.
What time you have
12
available?
p.m. We can do. Um, can we do Wednesday in the afternoon? Because I'm looking to give you enough time to discuss with the doctor, not to squeeze you just for the standard scanning consultation, because this is to discuss both reports. So,
Again, you'll have to discuss and alert your team on comparing the scans that I've done at TIC Health, so they can already be prepared before discussing the
no. So
latest ones.
the doctor will review both reports, okay?
That's
And
that's before.
yes, exactly. He will obviously he will review them before having the discussion with you, and then that's why I'm booking you, because anyway he will review them before that.
Great.
But I just to get a time for you. Wednesday we can do either in the morning,
Whatever time works
or
best for
we
you
can do in
guys.
the afternoon.
Whatever time works best for you guys, just send me an email confirmation of it, and we'll
Shall,
speak then.
I mean, would you like early appointments on the 2nd or a little bit later?
Let's do it in the afternoon. Afternoon should be fine.
Afternoon, 3:30. Is that okay?
Yeah, perfect.
Okay. So 3:30. I'll send you the confirmation letter now to discuss both reports with the doctor. So, wait, I need you quickly. Please. Okay, I've just sent you the booking now for the 2nd That's next Wednesday at 3:30. Okay. So the doctor will have a discussion with you. I've already mentioned to him to review the reports before having the discussion with you. Okay. So he will review both of them, and then on the day of the appointment, he will discuss it with you. And as I said, raise any concern with the doctor. He would already have reviewed both reports, and I'm sure he will tell you in the appointment if he spotted anything wrong with both of them or not matching his clinical examination with you. He would obviously request to repeat that, or he will raise it with the reporting team. I mean, this is the best solution we can do for now. Then, based on what the doctor would say, we will follow up. And I'm going to get a statement as well by the radiographer about what was discussed following the termination of the scan on that day. Okay?
No, definitely. You should speak to him, and you should ask him what he saw on the screen at that time and what he told me. Obviously, it was very kind of him. It's kind of a lifesaver, and especially when I see the report, it didn't make sense.
I do understand that people, they try to help, they try to relieve.
Exactly.
But the problem is this is sometimes cause a sort of confliction here between the reality, which is based sometimes on the actual report, which is done by a specialist team of that, and by somebody who's just seen something on the. That's why we don't accept that, and nobody is eligible to do that.
But the thing is, if the whole scan is fabricated, and the reports won't make sense either. So for me, I've explained my situation of the things I've gone through and my conditions of my organs, and the reports are. Like I said, that if the scans are fabricated, the reports will not come out right, only what they want to tell you. So this is what you need to pass on to your team to do a deeper investigation on any loopholes in the system and how the systems got compromised to provide these images, and then we can get to the bottom of it. But like I said, do whatever you think is best with your policies and procedure, and then we can discuss this on the next appointment.
Yeah, of course. We take these matters very seriously. I mean,
please, yeah,
exactly. That's what I'm saying. The doctor will have the final say on it, comparing the reports, and if he think that something wrong with the reports, or then we will compare it with. We'll get a statement as well from the radiographer to see what he said and why he had said that. Anyway,
again, you can always go back to this call, the conversations we have had, because your systems are backed up, and you can listen to everything I've said, what our discussion here, and then you can do whatever is best next.
Okay, for sure.
All right, thank you very much.
You're welcome. Thank you so much. Bye bye.
Cheers. Bye.